starting a new unit. We've been working on nonfiction. We're going to be starting a unit called Reading on Demand. What that basically means is, how do we take a test? A reading test, okay? Guys, we take reading tests all the time. We take NWEA, we take the diagnostics on iReady. There's no sense in getting stressed about it. It's just part of life, unfortunately. But there's ways to make it easier. So I'm going to give you some strategies to make the test taking easier. We've been working on strategies all school year, and if you use any of the strategies that we've worked on in reading, it'll help you with your test, okay? There's some just basic test-taking strategies also. But what we're going to really look at today, so that you know, with the PAWS test, we're going to recognize the 3 genres included in the PAWS test. So there's only 3 genres usually in the reading section of the PAWS. Okay? And we're going to identify the characteristics of each. So, usually, there's expository, there's narrative, and there's functional. So, what I have here, they're called release items. They are things that have been on. Are you leaving? You going to the doctor? Okay. See you, sweetie.
Bye. Told you.
Release items are items that were on the PAWS at some time. Then you won't see this question on there again because it's a released item. They won't put it back on again, okay? But I'm going to give you some, and this is going to be your job with your partner. You're going to decide which one of these it is, and you're going to tell me by identifying the characteristics. So I think it's narrative because. And give me all the reasons why it could be a narrative. Okay? So, you and your partner are going to do this one. You and your partner are going to do that one. You and your partner will do this one. This, ooh, who am I hitting? This one? This one?
There's 2.
Oh. Just a second. Do this one instead. Who's your partner? So you 2 do this one, and you 2 do that one. Give me those ones. Okay, so you're going to look at it, and you're going to talk about what you think it is. You're going to put it in one of those 3 categories. You need one. Both of you need one so you can look at it and talk about it. Talk about it, guys.
She said in the wing.
Okay. So how do you know it's a story? What's in it? Characters, dialogue. Punctuation. There's punctuation in every type of writing. quote marks for dialogue? Okay, quotation marks. Okay, so let me model really quickly. Does anyone have horse or pony? Okay, I'm gonna model with this one. Okay, really quickly. One of the things that's gonna make it easier for you on the test is if you can look really quickly and decide which one of these it is, because we're gonna start going through and looking at some of the different types of questions that are asked. But this one starts out, have you ever seen a baby horse so small you could pick it up all by yourself? There's a special kind of horse that is small, and it is not a pony. It is called a miniature horse. When a miniature horse is born, it weighs only 20 pounds or less, and is only between 16 and 20 inches tall. Many dogs are bigger than baby miniature horses. Well, this is not a narrative because it's not telling a story. It doesn't have characters and a plot. Okay. It's not functional because it's not something that I need to survive in life or that I would use. So it's not like directions on how to put my bike together, or it's not a recipe or anything like that. This one is what I would call expository because it's giving me facts about something that's real. Now, this kind of nonfiction is not narrative because it's not telling it like a story, but the facts are, it doesn't have a lot of text features to help me realize that it's nonfiction. I have to use the words in there. And on the pause test, that's one of the things is often you're not going to have a lot of text features to help you out with your nonfiction. Okay? So this is expository nonfiction. It's giving me facts about a miniature horse. I already know that it's a horse, not a pony. I already know that when they're born, they're 20 pounds or less. And they're only between 16 and 20 inches tall. They're actually smaller than a lot of dogs when they're first born. Does that help?
Mm-hmm. You're about this tall.
All right. So, YouTube, they have the decision. Who else has the decision? Wow.
You get the decision before people. Oh.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to decide what genre the decision is. So, Connor, you guys had the decision?
We didn't. I thought you meant like our.
Connor, do you have the article called The Decision? What did you guys think that was?
He thought it was narrative.
Why do you think it's narrative, Connor?
Because usually narrative stories have them talking.
Okay, they have dialogue. They have characters talking back and forth. Okay, what else? Katie?
It's telling you like a story.
Okay, it's a story. So, story.
That's the wrong one.
Woohoo! Thank you. Story has characters, has a setting, dialogue, all kinds of things. Lets us know it's narrative. All right. Anything else you want to add to that? Do all of you that have that one agree that that one is? Okay. Wavy or wood or strong steel or steady steel. What did you guys think? That was a hard one. Why do you think it's expository?
First we thought it was narrative, and then I forgot that narrative is a story form and expository is like facts. And I think it's expository because it gives me more facts and it's not telling stories.
So it's giving facts or information on something that's real, right? Any other reason you think it's expository? Well, I heard him say they're not telling a story, so that's definitely not narrative, isn't it? Okay. What did you guys have?
We were invited to Park School's family computer night.
And what do you think that one is?
Narrative.
Why do you think it's a narrative?
Well, it kind of talks about real people and places, sort of, because like it says students and their families, and it's kind of told in story form.
Okay, a narrative has to be in story form. Is it a story? Is it a story, Lauren? What is it?
I think it's functional.
Why do you think it's functional?
It's telling you like all the times that there's been communication and there's been argument.
Okay, so this one is like a flyer where it's sending out information that you need to know for school. Okay, it's functional. It's a flyer. It's giving, does it give time? It's giving times. Can't write that far. Does it give the date? Date. So if that came home to your parents, that would help them know what time and what date to come to school for the family computer night, right? Functional. All right. Oh, a powerful toy. What did you guys decide?
Expository.
Why is it expository, Dad?
Because right down here it says the recipe for rubber. First, they needed to start with latex, and it's giving facts down here like on a recipe and a recipe.
Is it giving, or is it teaching you how to make that?
No,
What's it really telling? What's that whole article telling you about?
It talks about what the man and Aztec people what they played with,
Okay.
and like where they found all the stuff.
Okay, so it's not giving you directions how to make something. It's telling you or giving you facts about toys of that time period, right? One last one, back there in the back, boys. What is it?
Make eggshell people.
What kind?
Functional.
Functional. It gives you steps, directions. First you do this, then you do that.
You gave us two different ones. We got one decision and one eggshell people.
Oh, well, sorry.
That's what.
Only thing I really want you to get from this today is that you don't need to be stressed about the pause test, because do we know how to read this? Do we know how to read these?
Yes.
And do we know how to read these?
Yes.
That's the three reading types of reading you're going to have on the pause test. So the pause test should not be something scary. It's something you're ready for. It's something we've been working on all school year. We'll look at some of the different kinds of questions you might see on each one, so when you look at it and you, like I look at narrative and I go, oh, this one might ask me about the character, or it might ask me about the setting. It might ask me about that big idea or the theme. Okay? So as soon as you know what kind it is, you can think about the kinds of questions you might get while you're reading, just to get your mind ready. But guys, we do all of this all the time. It's not a scary thing. Okay? All right. So today is your reading. You get to pick the strategy that you want to write about in your notebook, and you're going to be sharing with your partner the strategy that you chose and why you chose that in the book that you're in today. All right? So our reading today doesn't tie back to the mini lesson. Our mini lessons the next few days are just going to be about how easy the pause is if you calm down and just think about it, because it's stuff that you do all the time. All right? Okay, Riley, will you shut that off, please? I'm going to put this in